Hello, and welcome back to another beautiful episode of the Pre Game Pod. Man, I almost said PP game.
Pre-P.
As always, the co-commissions, Caleb, Blake. Blake, how you doing tonight?
Great, thanks
And
for
then
asking.
I guess our now permanent guest, I don't really know, Mr. Garrett Goebel. Garrett, how you doing?
I'd rather be dead.
That's an understandable feeling.
First,
I'd like to. I think it's just how the week went. First, I'd like to apologize for our awful audio last week.
Sorry, viewers.
We're trying something new. We'll see how it goes. If it's bad, we'll try something else new. We don't know what the hell we're doing, so forgive us and work with us.
We need to be careful, not sorry.
Like Rick James said,
What did Rick James say?
you got to be sorry, or you got to be careful, ho, not sorry.
Okay, I think that's 2 successful weeks in a row with a rapper quote. So
you're actually very right. That maybe that we got to continue this trend next week.
We're on to something here. Anyway, we will go ahead and jump right into the Week 4 recap. We are going to start with the game between you two fine fellows here, the Glizzy Guzzlers versus Alvin and the Thick Monks. And Garrett, what happened, man?
I mean, my team's namesake didn't even play. Alvin has failed me.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I mean, what's the point, guys? What's the point of any of this?
You don't want to talk about how good like Tyreek Hill did or Josh Allen or Clyde?
They did okay, I guess. But not good enough.
Garrett is a defeated man.
I'll take the reins since Garrett's he's just sad. He's having a hard time. You know, when you lose by 26 points, it's tough. But I mean,
you're tacky and I hate you.
I mean, the QB battle was Lamar let me down a little. I lost Cordero this week, so if you can take any solace there, Garrett, Cordero died.
That does make me feel better that one of your players is out. That makes me feel so much better.
Joe Mixon and Devo finally had their breakout game. And, I mean, Zach Ertz, my tight end
less than Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
He sure did. But if you take away those 2 touchdowns Clyde's got.
He had them, though.
They would have had the exact same points.
You can't take away things that happened.
He's gonna run out of luck. I know it.
I looked at these scores earlier today, and I wrote one takeaway from myself for each game. And my takeaway for this game was that Blake, you would have scored more had you had Clyde and your tight end from your bench in instead of Cordero and Zach Ertz.
How much more? 3 points?
You would have scored about 7 or 8 more, but you would have scored more.
Yeah. Can we talk about one thing real quick?
Let's talk about it.
Lay it on us.
Blake has 3 defenses on his team.
Oh, I forgot. Garrett, thank you so much.
If anyone in the comments can think of a good reason to have 3 defenses, please let us know.
Put it in right now. Don't listen to what Blake's about to say because he's going to try and defend himself, and we already know what he's going to say. Ignore that. Right now, pause the video, put it in.
Comment below what you think.
No one will come up with a good reason. There won't be a good one.
But, I mean, if you look here, I knew which defense I wanted for this week. And look, the one I started this week, who I'm going to drop, got the most points out of the 3 on my bench.
You're going to drop a defense that just scored you 15 points?
Heck yeah.
That's bold.
They play Philadelphia next week. I'm not keeping them.
Hey, it's your team.
I understand, and I can defend using the mercenary defense approach where you just pick up and drop as the season goes on. But having 3 on your team at the same time, that's just wild.
It seems excessive.
That is true.
Especially bye weeks are coming up, man. You're not gonna be able to hold on to all these teams.
Oh, no.
All these defenses forever.
I've got plans. But
I would say I hope they work out for you, but honestly, I hope they don't.
I do think I picked the right defense this week. Obviously, Cardinals beat up on Carolina like I predicted.
I can't believe I lost to this moron.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure going to our picks from last week, I know I got this one wrong because I picked the moment that trade went through, I picked Garrett.
You're right, and I stood strong with myself here, and I give myself another point while you guys get an L.
That's fine. I can take it.
Very brave of you.
But yeah, without further ado, I mean, not to rub Garrett's loss in his face anymore. It was a good battle. We both scored a lot. I feel like 113's a lot, 139's a lot.
Yeah, I just running back is not a position that you want to struggle in, and I had a combined total of 8 points between my running backs, and that's just not going to do it.
What happened to James Robinson? Did he get hurt or something? Or he just didn't want to play this week?
I don't know. I'm trying to mentally block this week out for my own mental health, I suppose. But.
Then I guess we move on because I don't want to bury you any deeper than you already are, even though you're sitting at 2-2, which is not that bad.
Yeah,
it's not that. Right. It's a lot to do with the Broncos losing as well to the Raiders. That's just rough.
I understand that.
It's a travesty, to be honest. But yeah, we'll move to the next game because Mr. Caleb's in the next game. Getting the first dub, congratulations. How's it feel? Caleb?
It really doesn't feel all that great because I'm still 1-3, but at least I'm not 0-4.
There's only, but you're not wrong. There's only one person 0-4 in our league, and he's probably feeling pretty bad.
And it ain't me.
Caleb, a lot of people in the media were calling this a must-win for you. What are your thoughts on that?
They were right, but luckily we won. So
yeah, and how do you feel about your chances going forward?
I honestly feel pretty good. I mean, my whole team, for the most part, Mariota sucked, but we're going to get rid of that trash can. And Pittman had a down game, but everyone else, had a decent game.
I'm jealous, and I would slit your throat to have your team right now.
How the tables have turned.
Yeah, I mean, Caleb, I will say, your receivers are kind of ridiculous. Pittman, Sutton, CD. I sent you a half-ass trade for CD today.
I'm not trading CD Lamb. He's the best player on my team.
That's why I asked for him.
He's like the number 13 receiver, and he missed a game.
Yeah, no. I mean, Derrick Henry's finally back. Breece Hall is actually looking really good.
Breece Hall's finally won that job, although this week's a little scary. Well, we'll get into it, but they played the Bills this week, so I'm a little bit worried about that, but we'll see.
Yeah, looking at Grayson's team, he just had a lot of duds. A lot of single digits.
Looking at that, do you even think that beating Grayson would count as a win? I mean, that's like half of a win.
It counts, It counts. I mean, I beat him, and he beat you, if I remember correctly. So
I can't remember that far back. I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, his team shat the bed, other than Kyler and Leonard. It was nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he left a lot of points on the bench. He sure did.
Yeah. He did.
On the bench, that hurts. But, all right.
It was nice. It was nice to also not be super worried about the game because it was never super close. And then going into Monday night, he still had Kittle and Robbie Gould, but he needed 40 something points. And I was like, there's no way that happens. I'm good.
Kittle of 2 years ago, maybe, but not this
Kittle of today.
Maybe with Kittle with Trey Lance. Am I right?
Probably. Still got the hat back here. Always repping.
But congratulations, Caleb. I'm sure it feels nice.
It's such relief. If I would have lost this week, I would have had to trade like everyone. I mean, everyone. I would have had to do something.
All right.
So
well,
next upset of the season so far.
well, here's the thing, Caleb. You picked against yourself,
And it worked.
and it sure did work. But I did not pick against you. So you and Garrett get another loss. I add another win to my tally.
I'll pick against myself every week if that means I'm winning.
I
I'm starting
don't.
to think flipping
disrespect.
things isn't the best choice. So upset of the season right here.
What are we going to? I don't even know.
Austin Steve.
Austin Steve. Yeah, this was a close game now. I remember looking at the scores and I was like, there's no way Steve comes back. And he sure did.
I told you I wrote down a note for like every game. Mine was just me being first win. But for this one, I wrote, how does Steve keep freaking winning? How is Steve? We shit talk his team so much, and he puts up not great numbers, and he's 3-1.
I think he sold his soul, and it's not to score points; it's to make his opponent not score points. His
Well, where
points
do I
against has to be?
Where do I sign up for that? Sold.
I don't know. I don't know, man. You think you think if I knew I'd be in the position I'm in? Well, come on.
I mean, this whole game, like, both pretty average weeks, I guess, 101 to 110. It's a pretty close game. Nothing
101's
wild.
bad for Austin. That's
true.
Russell finally showed up.
Yeah, we were watching that game. Well, we were together this week watching it on Red Zone, and Russ, like, at halftime had like 5 points. I felt like he didn't do anything. He must have just appeared out of nowhere in the second half.
Some people would call that garbage points. Other people, like myself, would say they let him cook.
I will say, Austin, thank you for the faith in my Giants defense. They came through, but not enough.
They came through pretty hard. 20 points out of them. And Jamal Williams, 23. That was his big players of the week. Really, Austin's team kind of shat the bed. I kind of want to talk about Kyle Pitts, mainly because, Garrett, you traded him to Austin, correct?
Yeah.
Who did you get in that trade? I kind of forget.
I traded
Edwards-Helaire and Kyle Pitts.
Edwards-Helaire and Pitts for Allen Robinson and Zach Ertz.
So he's gotten rid of
those players, just getting moved around everywhere.
So he got Zach Ertz, traded him to me for the person that he also traded to Austin.
Yes,
there's been a lot of moving parts, but now I have essentially Allen Robinson from that trade, and he's not really doing anything. But I have Helaire back.
Pitts isn't really doing a whole lot.
Yeah, you don't.
I drafted him way too high. I still believe in Robinson though.
It's because Stafford's a racist.
Maybe that is it. Oh man, Steve left. Well, I guess his quarterback did good, but he had Goff on his bench with 37.
Yeah, Goff's having a year.
Oh, it's because they have to throw the ball to stay in the games. The defense is atrocious.
Yeah, but I mean, he's scoring points. I'll give it to him.
He is scoring points. You can't take that away from the man.
Right.
Yeah, let's go on to the next one. Ethan and Philip. Good God.
Okay. Ethan might. Well, I mean, he's 4-0, and he just scored 100.
Oh wait, hold on. I got to do the rankings for Austin and Steve. So I was the one that picked Austin. You guys are doing awful.
No, we picked Steve. Steve won.
Oh, you're right. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, get that trash out of here.
My bad.
Yeah, I'm doing awful. Yeah, my really legitimate, not chance picks. Ethan, is it time to say that Ethan has the best team? I mean, he's 4-0 and he just scored 200 points.
Yeah, it might be.
It's a little scary.
Although, to be fair, Hawkinson's not going to go for 39 every week. Like, that's
And Jacobs is not going to go for 34 every week. Cooper
Jacobs looks good.
might go for more than 26 every week.
Jacobs looked really good. Again, we were watching that game on Red Zone, and I'm sorry, Garrett, but defense has got the Broncos have a pretty solid defense, and Jacobs looked good against them.
Yeah. They whenever we needed to get a stop, he would just rush almost untouched for an easy first down. It was really annoying to watch. And I'm not saying this is sustainable. 194 points is not sustainable, but the man is 4-0. He was texting me this week actually, because I sometimes talk to my brother, and he was like, "Will you admit now that my team is better than yours?" And I was like, "Fuck it, dude. Yeah, your team's better than mine. I'm about to delete my whole fucking profile."
Just quit. Everybody just quit. Give it to Ethan. We're done.
I'll bend the knee, dude.
It is very impressive. No one on his roster scored less than 10. And then he also, on top of that, had 3 people go for 30 plus. And Cooper Kupp almost hit that. This is a wild week.
Yeah,
if you have 3 people that are 30 plus, you are essentially guaranteed to win. And
Phillip just had no chance.
I mean, he had an okay week. It's not like he did terrible, but it's not like he wasted 150 week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd still be sad losing when you get 114, honestly. I mean, but his points all came from Mahomes, Eckler, Wilson, and Brown.
Yeah, Eckler finally showed up.
No. With the way these scores have been going, I don't think I would expect a win with 114 at all. I think
last week 114 would have beaten almost everybody.
Last week was a low-scoring week.
Just depends how the week goes.
Yes, but the way things are going, I would you got to be bumping these numbers up if you want want to win.
I agree with Garrett, but this week Phillip would have beat 6 other people. He scored the 5th most in the league.
Yeah, I mean, well, whenever I scored 180 or 170 something, Austin scored the second highest. But
yeah,
that's fantasy, baby.
But I agree with you. I feel like 120 is like that line where okay, 120, I feel like I should win. Now, obviously, you're not always going to win with that amount. You're going to win sometimes with less and lose with more than that. But I feel like that 120 range is like a pretty safe number.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of being upset for losing, this next matchup was the closest matchup of the week. If I was Quan, I would be devastated. 129.
Let me update the scores here. We all picked Phillip, so
Zach, Philly, or no? You're talking about the last matchup.
So we all take an L there.
Yeah, this one had to hurt. I also, to be fair, Philly pulled the Niners defense out before Monday night because Quan had no one left. He was up by 2, and they went on for 24 points.
Yeah, he would have blown him out.
Okay, so
wouldn't have been close, but I mean, he wanted to play it safe, which I understand. I guess I don't know.
I didn't notice that. That's a good call. So never mind. This game wasn't that close, but Quan still scored 127 and lost. That's rough.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Quan has a person with 3-1-5 and he still scored 127 is impressive.
Well, Jefferson had another big week. Higgins had a big week. Dobbins apparently is just back.
I mean, well, he got those shuffle pass touchdowns, like 2 of them. But hey, a touchdown's a touchdown.
Blake's over here acting like touchdowns don't mean it. He only got 30 because he scored a touchdown. Well, shit, Sherlock.
Well, if you get 3 touchdowns in a game, you're gonna have 18 points regardless.
But who cares? That's 18 points.
It's just not sustainable. Multiple touchdowns like that, but it doesn't matter week to week. It doesn't matter,
and it also doesn't matter because he lost.
That is also very valid.
That's also true.
McCaffrey finally had a McCaffrey game. Tua died.
He had quite a few catches this game.
That Tua injury was wild.
Man,
throwing up signs.
Is Darren Waller just dead? 5 points. I mean,
he sure doesn't look good. That's for sure.
He's tight end 12 still. Tight ends just suck this year. It's just awful.
It's hard to come by this year. I will agree.
Yeah, that's why Blake paid a king's ransom for Ertz.
Well, Ertz scored 16 this week. Is that right?
16? That's a lot for our sucky tight end. And Hawkinson probably had the most.
Oh, for sure.
Well,
This
yeah,
week.
Hawkinson had the most.
And then, I
I
mean,
think he had the most
probably
out of any player this week.
Kelsey had the second most. I don't know.
Kelsey had a
Higby had
decent
17 on
game.
my team.
Higby had a lot. Man, Higby, for the first 4 drives of that game, it was either Higby or Cup catching the ball. I don't think anyone else caught it.
Yeah, that was a wild game.
Yeah, it was like I almost allowed myself to be hopeful, and then I was like, "Fuck this." No.
You're like, if Hawkinson can do it, Higby can do it.
Yeah, so Caleb, you picked Philly, and Garrett, me picked Kwan.
Chalk that another win.
But yeah, moving on to the last one, I can go ahead and tell you we all 3 won this one.
Yeah, that was the easiest pick in the world, and Nellis even had a bad week.
I forgot about all my notes, but my biggest, most important note was: is Travis dead? Is he done? Because this is what I was scared of. 0-4. This is why I really, really needed to win this week.
I personally think you can come back from 0-4, but man, I don't think Travis's team is going to be the one that comes back from 0-4.
0-4 is a bottomless pit. I'm already I'm looking at the bullet at 2-2 right now. I'm low, baby.
I don't think
0-4 is disgustingly
if
bad.
you win one game, Garrett, and I lose one game, we're tied again.
Well, then my mood will improve, and then I'll be on top of the world. That's right. All I'm saying is that 0-4 is dog shit. There's no coming back from that.
So Travis is not only 0-4, but he also has the least amount of points scored in the league at 359. The only other team to not break 400 yet is myself at 378, and I had that one awful week, so I expect to be behind right now. But that Travis has put together 4 consecutive bad weeks,
and there were 4 people on his bench with 0, and I'm assuming this from injuries.
Don't know. I do know I gotta figure out how to get back to this, but he had one pickup that Indy receiver that actually looks pretty solid. I don't know if he started him or not.
Alec Pierce?
He did not. That's on his bench.
On his bench.
So he had 12, which isn't crazy, but Alec Pierce, I think, was a good pickup. I think this is a lot of people were talking. The couple podcasts I listened to, they were talking about him being a good pickup this week, and it makes sense, especially what's his name getting hurt, Jonathan Taylor.
We don't talk about other podcasts on this. We are the only podcast.
Only listen to us. Only us.
But yeah, I mean, this was 100-63. I mean, that's
so okay.
It was a blowout, and 100's not even that much.
All right, I'm not going to say Travis is dead because I'm looking at his bench right now, and Keenan Allen has been hurt. Keenan Allen, when he comes back, will instantly be good. He's Keenan Allen, and Amon-Ra St. Brown didn't play this week. So he has 2 solid receivers on his bench that are hurt right now.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford is not doing well this year, so he's going to have to pick up a QB
Somebody.
or trade with someone who stockpiles QBs.
Garrett.
And it looks like his defense is trash too, so maybe he'll have to trade with someone who stockpiles defenses.
Hey.
Defense got 7. Like, whatever.
I'm just kidding.
But I don't want to overlook the fact that I'm pretty sure all of us talked about last week. We tried to name the top 3 teams, and all of us named Nellis, I think, in those 3. And Nellis didn't have a great week. He put up 100.
Nobody won.
He won. That's
we
true.
also named Austin, who lost, and Philip.
Who won? Philip won? Philip lost. Wow.
Yeah.
We are so intelligent.
So I'm saying it here now. Hopkins is innocent as the best team. Ethan has the best team. He's 4-0 and he just scored 194 points. It's
a pretty ballsy take there, Garrett.
It also just makes me think that 200 mark is just really hard to break.
It's very hard. I think 150 is hard to break. But yeah, I think Ethan has solidified the top team spot because Hopkins is innocent, just continually 4-0, putting on a showing. Let's go look at where he stands in points for and stuff.
He's at 502.
Why?
Second highest. Oh, actually, he still has less than you, Garrett, on the season. You have 513.
Who, Ethan?
Yeah, Ethan has 502, and Mr. Garrett Goebel has 513. And then next, it looks like would be Blake at 495.
Well, Ethan's had down weeks. He just played really bad people. I really haven't had that low scoring of a week. It's just that I've played tough opponents. But you played the schedule you were given. I'm not making excuses. Blake, I fucking hate you. I never want to see you again.
It happens to the best of us,
Yeah. And you got lucky. You're just lucky that my defense scored 0 points and all these bad things happened to me that aren't my fault. But I'm not making excuses.
Okay, so week 1, Ethan beat Philly 87-82. I'm just looking through who all he's beat and what he put up. Week 2, he beat Quan 123-107, so he had a decent week. Or he had a good week. Week 3, he scored 98 and beat Travis at 92. So he has had 2 pretty down weeks. Why is it so hard to find people on this scoreboard thing? And then this past week, he scored 194. So really, that's his. I mean, obviously, 194 is going to be his high, but other than that, he had 1 week in the 120s, I think it was, and then he's had not broken 100 2 other times. So it's a very up and down team.
4-0.
Very beatable team.
4-0, baby. He's not going. I refuse to let him apologize for being 4-0.
I don't think he should, but he's there now, and we can't do anything about it until someone beats him.
Maybe we'll get a little bit of a teaser on on
the
previews for next week.
This isn't a baseball podcast, but breaking news: Aaron Judge hits home run number 62. I know we were talking about how much we don't give a shit about that, but
it's good to know. It's good for the views.
I literally just got 3 notifications. You can add that into our hashtag things.
Hashtag Aaron Judge 62.
Hashtag Aaron
Judge. Did I say Aaron Jones at first? That's how much I love baseball.
I think he's a Judge. I knew who you were talking about.
Well, I was thinking Aaron Jones.
You said baseball, though, so.
I don't have much else to say in the review episode personally.
No, I think just covered it pretty well.
I have one more thing. My percentage went up from 6 to 16 with 1 win.
That's pretty good.
There you go.
You're not last in the division. You're second to last.
Yeah, I'm over Mr. Elf Boys.
And you have a chance next week, which we'll discuss on the next episode, to beat an intra-division rival.
Another big game coming up, baby.
But yeah,
I just want to take this week and rip it up and piss on it, flush it down the toilet. This is the worst week in the world.
This is the
worst week of my life, probably.
I've never felt this good. Well, actually, that's not true. The Patriots still lost. Also, they
put up a fight. Put up a fight though against the Packs.
Bailey Zappi next Tom Brady.
Bailey Zappi is the next Mac Jones.
I don't want another Mac Jones.
He looks exactly like him.
You guys winning makes me feel so much worse. I do not like seeing you guys happy.
And that is true friendship.
Yeah, the Giants also won.
You know what, Garrett? I agree with you. Fuck Blake. His fantasy team won and his NFL team won. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm done.
Worst guy I know. Scumbag. Certified scumbag.
It was an ugly win. I think we're going to get our asses handed to us by the same person the Patriots got handed to by.
That's London. Right. Apologize for the win.
Overseas.
Yeah, we're going to have jet lag. It's going to be beautiful. But yeah, I think pretty good recap. I guess we'll see you guys in the next episode.
See ya.